G'day, everyone's SDS SuperCoach, providing SuperCoach content for you. We're going to be discussing a pre-season practice match watch list on certain things that we need to see in the pracky games for some of these picks. We'll just go over the blokes um in double digit ownership because to go through everyone would be a bit hard. So yeah, we'll crack into that. Just some discussion with certain guys and what we need to see in the practice games for us to solidify them as picks. So, just before I get into it, there is one thing that I've forgotten to mention in a few of the videos. Let me just move a couple of things. We got to talk about the Supercoach Sword Play Season Guide of 2025. So here is, I'll put the link in the comments down below, but just want to reiterate with everyone to this is I've seen some sneak peeks, and this is what you need to get. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. How did I do that? Let me zoom back out. Yeah, so should be out, I believe, on the 20th of Feb. I might have got, hang on, might say here. No, it won't. That's all right. But make sure you pre-order it. All your favorite content creators. I'm included in it, of course. I'm still in the typing stages of finishing up my work there. I'll be doing the Hawthorn team sort of preview. So any notes you need on certain Hawthorn players and the best 23, that type of thing will be included in this. Very honored to be a part of it, of course. And just who else is it? It says down below, you got Abs Magic, the coaches panel, Supercoach Insider, Fantasy Take TV, DFS. I don't need to go through all of it, but obviously a lot of your favorite content creators are involved in this on Twitter, YouTube. Joven May, the winner of Supercoach last year. Just a lot of very knowledgeable guys on the game, and it's only $20. But if you use the code SDS10, you get 10% off your order. So make sure you get a copy. This will really help you for your 2025 season. And I'm very excited and very honored to be a part of this. But just remember SDS10 as the discount code when you pre-order, because the winner of whoever gives out as many codes for people to use gets a prize for their subscribers. So I'm a little bit behind because I haven't really mentioned it in many videos, but make sure you do get involved with this. It is a very exciting project, and shout out to DR, Spills, Janeth, and Roscoe for doing such a great thing. So yeah, let's get back into the swing of things with our preseason watch list or practice games watch list. We don't really need to discuss Bo Allen. I think we're pretty confident he'll play. Sardell Hooley's a tough one to talk about as well because there's a bit 50-50 whether he's actually going to play round zero and if he's in their best 23. So quite hard to discuss. I guess with Callum Mills, we'd love to see him play in the guts, and that's what we're hearing in pre-season. So keep an eye on Callum Mills as he is becoming one of the most popular Supercoach picks, especially with all those Saints injuries. You would think Travalia is definitely on the cards for a round one debut there. Harry Sheasel, we'd probably like to see that midfield forward split and just see how it is with Powell, Parker, Simpkin. How exactly is it going to look? Because, as mentioned on multiple occasions in preseason, that he will be doing that mid forward sort of role. And I think he averaged 115 with this role towards the back half of the season, where he averaged something like 123 as a seagull off halfback. So when I see him look good in the role, as he's obviously probably their best player. G'day Coleman, I don't think he's going to be playing the practice games or round zero or one. So for the 34% they've got him, I'd probably rule him out. We got Zach Reed, who's blown up really as in ownership as a rookie, and I don't blame you. It's just that body. We need to see it hold up. We need to see it in game again and see how he goes and how his body holds up. Jack Sinclair. has unfortunately done a hamstring. He's been sent for scans, so yeah, that's him totally crossed off my list. Flanders dealing with a back injury. I mean, I wasn't a fan of the pick to begin with, but I think that's just about ruled him out for me. Max Holmes, guess the sort of role. What type of role? Off halfback, wing, in the guts. What are we going to see? Riley Boss, I'm not really hearing much about there. Leake is a utility from Tassie. He got drafted. This is his second year coming up here. With all the suspensions and depth lost with the Giants early on, he could very much be in line for a round zero debut. So I think from what I've heard, I think he could be a tagger, but we'll have to see. Gibcus, I don't think he's ready for round one anyway, so I wouldn't bother. Trainer, could he make an early debut? We'll have to see. Obviously, Richmond got a lot of young players now. I don't think Whitlock's playing. Houston, tough to see with the round zero suspension for him, but he's obviously going to be an important part of the Pies. Buslinger, I mean, now with Liam Jones missing the start of the season with a hamstring, we're actually starting to see a few of these rookies in the backline early days. Whitfield, I think he'll continue that role, and we'll just have to see how he looks in the first two games. Let's get into the ruck. Cherry, see, rucks are a tough thing because it's hard to see when most of them are just playing the sole role. So Tristan Cherry, you expect him to be in the ruck. No other rucks are really battling his spot. No other rucks are threatening to play forward. So I wouldn't worry too much about Cherry over the preseason. You just hope he doesn't get injured. Got Harry Boyd as well at 99k. So now with Max King with a knee sprain, does that mean Harry Boyd is the definite number one ruck early days? Probably. And it probably definitely means Rowan Marshall early days will be as a forward. So whatever you do, don't pick Rowan Marshall, and Harry Boyd should be in everyone's teams. Tom DeConing. Now we're hearing some things about Pedernet being in there in the side, but I don't know. I don't believe everything that's being said. With obviously Pidernet's going to hype himself up in pre-season. He did that report. He did that interview with Channel 7. He's obviously going to hype himself up. He's not going to say, "Oh yeah, just plan to play VFL all year." So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Tom DeConning is certainly going to be in my side until I see round one team sheets, where I believe he should be the solo ruck. So we just got to see how he looks. I mean, I don't think anything will change, but barring any injuries, for me to change my opinion. And I love Tom DeConning as a pick. Matt Flynn, is he number one ruck? Guess we'll find out. We'll see how he performs in the practice game. So I'll be having a keen eye on Flynn there. Sims, I just don't think he's a good loophole. Like, he would be ideal, but probably the one time we need if a loophole is round one, and we can't even use him as a loophole because they play the first game of round one, of course, against Carlton. So very tough to pick him in my book. Max Scorn, just see how the body holds up, really. Luke Jackson, I think they're just really keen on him playing forward, so I just wouldn't bother. I know Darcy might miss the first couple of rounds, but I just don't see the point. We got enough forward options now. Tim English, well, he's also injured as well. He's in a modified program, so that's very unfortunate with Tim English. So yeah, as we have a look at the forward line, Helmet, we'll just see how he looks off halfback, but pretty much locked in. Same with Bailey Smith and McRae. I don't think us three really, those top three, we need to see much. Guess the role with Hewitt is interesting. What type of role will he get? Will it be half forward? Could he get back into that midfield? Could it be more on the wing? Haven't heard too much. I think Kako's going to be I think they'll play him deep forward, but a little bit pushing up as well. But I think they'll just due to the lack of options for Essendon down in that forward line, in the small forward department, I think they'll be playing him pretty deep. Erasmus, I just don't know if he gets a game early. I know he's fairly popular, but I think there's a better option in Cooper Simpson, who's putting himself in a good position to play potentially early. Horny one. Don't really need to say much off him. Same with Tom Lynch. Like, there's no role risk or anything. I think they're going to play Horn Francis more as a full-time mid. So just keep an eye on that. Luke Parker, again, very similar to Sheasel. How's that mid-forward split rotation going? We need to see the numbers on that and just see how he looks. Is he on washed watch or is he perfectly fine? We'll find out there. I don't know. I don't even know if Power Pepper's going to play in the Pracky games early. Yeah. Joe Berry, I love. He'll be a rookie I'd love to select in Supercoach this year. I just think he's that high half forward. Dylan Moore prototype that can, and he's looking at a round one debut. So massive watch on Joe Berry. But yeah, if he plays round one, I should be picking him. Rankin had a little injury scare. I don't know. I just think there's enough dips in his games where we could pick him up at a cheaper price. But I guess one thing we want to see is, does he get into the midfield at all? Or now with these new recruits, are they going to push him back a bit more as a forward even more? So Curtin, I think they're playing him forward this year and he kicked a couple of goals. Could he be that third tall? I don't know. Bit of a steady, bit of a hefty price to pay for a rookie playing as a third tall potentially. Riley Sanders, we just want to see what we heard in the Maroochydore practice game with the Dogs, where he had 33 touches and 3 goals or something like that. So we want to see him play full-time mid and really stamp his authority on a midfield spot for round one with no Treloar because I think he's got a massive ceiling to be a forward premium if he gets the role. Max Hall, is there enough injuries in the Saints midfield where he gets a good run at it? I guess we're sort of looking for those cheaper midfield rookies. Could he be one? We'll have to see. Haven't heard much yet of Daywicks. Davidson looking at a round one debut, especially with Jamara Ugle-Hagan missing fair bit of footy to start the season. So yeah, yeah, we'd like to see some good form out of him in the Pracky games. Bolton's going to miss the Indigenous All Stars game against the Dockers due to a calf. So I mean, there's too many dips in form for me with Bolton anyway. Jack Martin, does he get a run off half forward? I don't know. I mean, they didn't pick him to play VFL. I would have thought the Cats, but he's good depth regardless. Filippo's going to miss the first 6 weeks or so for the Saints, so don't bother with him. Connor Stone's training off half back in the back line, so we'll have to see how he goes down there as well. He was looking to go to the Bombers, but then Giants were like, no, 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 we need you. So that's obviously a good sign. Same with Wade Dirksen, who's also training in defence. So some of those guys we can keep an eye on. As we move into the midfield, we don't need to see much out of Jagger Smith. He looks an absolute shoe-in for round one. He's fun facts. I'll do a February team update, and he's currently my only rookie on field in the midfield there. Levi Ashcroft, I mean, first thing we need to check off is if he's actually playing. What type of role is he going to play? Is he going to be half forward? Is he going to get into the team? He had shoulder surgery, so we'll just have to see there. I don't think we need to see much out of Bont in the practice games, to be honest. Clayton Oliver, just be okay. Just don't get injured. Sorry, hit my mic. Just don't get injured because this is one of the all-time locks. Sid Draper, is he going to play? Like he's still dealing with that back issue. We're going to see very limited of him in practice games. We'll see with that. Dacos seems to be going fine now. We'd like to see him play some practice games. For the 36% would like to see the practice games out of Dacos, see everything's all good. Is he going to not play as much? We'll just have to see. Lawler, what do we need to see? I guess just, is there an accumulation part of his game? Because if he's going to be playing midfield early, I guess that's key for Supercoach. Smiley, he's in the rehab group, but I wouldn't be too fussed with that. I think if he plays round one, I've got a feeling they'll give him a good chunk in the midfield there. Ashcroft, I don't think we really need to see much. We just gotta hope that he puts in a good shift round zero there. Butters, it's Zach Butters. There's no role risk or anything. He's just going to be Zach Butters. Peatling, I'm very confident he will be playing midfield, but we just like a good bit of form in the practice games to see where this goes as a pick. I'm fairly confident on him as a super coach pick, but we'd like to see because he averaged 90 plus when he played 60 plus percent CBAs for the Giants, so I'm fairly confident. Just hope Matthew Nix doesn't do anything stupid and put him on a wing. But we'd like some insurance in him playing midfield there. Langford, I haven't heard much about Harvey Langford. We'll just see how he looks. Sarong's going to be Sarong. Will Day, if he can get through preseason scotch free, then it'll be interesting to see. I guess the forward time as well. Like we'd like to see how much forward time it's going to be with Will Day there. Sardis, I think he has real potential to really have a great couple of practice games here, and I think this ownership could really spike and get a lot more interest. Sullivan. I think he's going to be playing wing and half forward. I think it's tough to pay that price, but we'll have to see. I'd be surprised if he gets CBAs. He probably will in practice games, but I'll be surprised round one if he does play in the midfield there. Tom Green, just be Tom Green, and Brayshaw. I guess Brayshaw is interesting at 10% with Hayden Young looking to miss the Indigenous All-Stars game as well with the hamstring injury. He was in my side for a lot of the preseason, but it's tough to pick him now. So Brayshaw and Sarong. Brayshaw is probably the third bloke to get tagged behind Sarong and Young. So how does he look? Contract year, he would love to get paid. Got a feeling he will stay at Freo, but yeah, could this 591K, I think he can go 110 to 112. A little bit of a boost there. No tag risk. We'll just need to see that midfield split there. So yeah, they're my early thoughts on what we would love to see in preseason. There'll be guys under 10% that really shoot up as options. That could go from like Ryan Marich. Where was he? I just saw him. Yeah, Ryan Marich here. Where he's currently a 3%, but training as a halfback and apparently looking good. He could really shoot up to maybe a 20 to 25% option, especially as a forward. So those are my early thoughts on what we need to see in the practice games. Just early feeling because practice games are coming around pretty shortly over the next 10 days, and we're all dying for some footy content. So, and I guess one more thing, just make sure you check out the Supercoach Swordplay channel. I did the Hawthorn preview with DR there, and yeah, we discussed all things Hawks, the buys, certain players, and it's obviously good fun to do a video with DR. So make sure you tune into that. And yeah, I think they'll do it for me. Me and the housemates are going to be going. What time is it? In about 45 minutes, we're going to be going to the Hard Road Brewery in Bayswater, and we ain't up to much today, so we're just going to go there and have a few quiet ones. And yeah, shout out to anyone that works there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you pre-order the SuperCoach guide of 2025 thanks to SuperCoach Swordplay. Use SDS 10 to get a 10% discount. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.